We tried the once a week, didn't do that.
And it's
Then
so
you just
hard.
fall behind so fast.
So what you have to do is create those videos ahead of time, and then you have that that 15 weeks pretty much of time to continue on working on your next one, so you never fall behind. So that's what I wish we did do. Maybe we'll try that eventually, but that's definitely what we learned would be the smartest approach to doing something like that.
Some people will also record Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, record 7 videos. Just stay at their studio for 16 hours a day, and then have 3 days off, right? So that's another way to do it. But yeah, once a day is ridiculous. But it shows you the more motivated you are and the more ready you are to jump into something like that, it does pay off, especially in the YouTube world. Does anyone have any questions at all or anything? I mean, let us know what you kind of want to, if you want to learn anything else.
Like what you were saying on the YouTube channel last summer when you guys were doing a cover every week, my buddy shared me, was it White Tiger and Diamonds? And I subscribed and started following once a week with Tuesday, and that's how you guys ended up becoming.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll do small campaigns we did the decades of covers where we did we started at the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I
so
think
we'll plan those. Those were all pretty much pre-recorded. So those realistically we could release those once a week. And then we tried to just do if we didn't have a cover, we would just film a vlog or something like that. But then you get on tour and it just becomes, your time just becomes so small to try and make those happen. But I mean, I do wish we continued to do those every Tuesday videos, because we went to the YouTube space in LA and they told us that if you do release a video once every Tuesday or once a week at the same time, your subscribers grow by
It's grow a lot,
30% or something like that. It's insane. So it's a fact that if you consistently release videos, that your subscribers will gain a lot. Yeah. So for YouTube, I would definitely suggest doing that. And also what's cool, what we think is cool doing is say you do a video on YouTube, but you also want your Instagram and Facebook to be well known. I would try and post different content on each social media, because say if you post the same thing on every social media, that gives the person a reason to only follow one if they're going to see the same thing on everything. So you want to post different things on each social media outlet to ensure that people are going to each one to follow those, just to give them a reason pretty much. So that's another thing that we've learned also.
I will say, except for a music video, right? An official music video.
Oh, you want to post that on everything?
You want to put that on YouTube, but then you also want to upload it to Facebook as well, because if you post a YouTube link to Facebook, they don't share it with any of your likes. So you've earned all these likes, and then they almost suppress the video because Facebook doesn't like YouTube, right? It's stupid. It makes no sense, but it's always better to post straight to Facebook to share on Facebook, and then post it on YouTube for discovery, right? For people to discover your band.
Yeah, it is lame, but we just found that out 2 months ago. We started uploading all of our videos to Facebook directly, and we felt they spread around way faster. I mean, yeah, it is cheap. Like you said, you earn all these likes on Facebook, and then you post a YouTube video. Facebook analytics or whatever, the people who work at Facebook see that YouTube link and they're like, yeah, we're not sharing this with anybody.
That's how their algorithm works. So you just got to learn that, and unfortunately you just got to play by the rules. I mean, whether you like it or not, you got to upload your video to Facebook, and then also just try to spread it around that way.
But I think Facebook has a better chance of a video going viral than anything else, because that's what Facebook is pretty much. I mean, same with YouTube, but so many people are still on Facebook all day that if you get 300 shares even, that's an outreach of millions of people. So encourage in your caption, say share this with your friends, or it's all about that kind of clickbait wording. So not to make it super cheesy, but you want the caption to be all right, why do I need to watch this? So we'll joke around sometimes, we want to make a vlog and it says cheetah does backflip, whatever, and just see how many people click it for no reason pretty much. But that happens to me all the time. I'll be on Twitter and I'll be wow, that sounds fucking interesting, and I click it and it's nothing about what that caption had to say.
Yeah, on YouTube, if you just do kind of a funny vlog video, say you have a music channel, but you just want to do you hanging out somewhere with your friends, sometimes it's cool to do that stuff. It's funny, titling that video in an unprofessional looking way is the best way to title it. That's what they tell you. So it's like, really? I'm so used to just like, you know, you make a song title, like a music video, you make it look professional because you are a professional band. But then it's like, now if you do a blog, you need
All
caps, a bunch of exclamation marks, and a LOL at the end, and you're like, okay, I guess. But if that's
dumb,
works, I'm not gonna argue with it. I'll do it, I guess. That's kind of funny.
You can kind of Google all that stuff though. Like I've learned more about all that. It's not clickbait, but it's just like how to title your videos. And like you'd be so surprised. Like he said, it does like you'll go to our YouTube channel and it'll be Our Last Night - Broken Lives official video, and that's like how everything looks. And then you get to a vlog and it's like Our Last Night playing with, I don't know, baby elephants, exclamation point, LOL. And you're like, wow, that looks weird, but then it makes you want to click it kind of.
But then it's all psychological, even for like a music video. What the thumbnail for the video is so important, because that's the little graphic someone sees when it randomly pops up. You've definitely seen a little thumbnail of a video and be like, whoa, that looks crazy. It's like I don't know what it is, but usually they say things that are like a high contrast image and something that kind of just is very clear, right? You don't want it to be confusing. You don't want it to be zoomed out really far away 'cause it can get really small. So it's funny, sometimes like I'll spend 30 minutes deciding on what thumbnail for the music video it should be. Trying to think, well, okay, what would people click on, right? So there's a lot to it, for sure.
It's a lot of little stuff that matters a whole lot. So
let's see, I'm trying to think of any other tips I could give to people in bands. So like getting your music on iTunes, you guys know how to do that? iTunes and Spotify, yeah, I was gonna say, some people don't know that.
like TuneCore and stuff like that.
TuneCore,
Yeah.
great way to do it.
There is another one to get like covers on iTunes, so you can make money off it, and they pay the writers.
Really convenient.
It's called Louder, Loudr.
Yeah.
So like we sell our covers on iTunes, but we hire a company that pays out. If we didn't pay the writers, we would just get sued, obviously. So like we sell a cover on iTunes for $1.29. We make
But most of those,
after the writers maybe 60-70 cents. After
70
that.
cents a song, which is still really good. Surprising. A lot of people are surprised with that. Like, do you make money off the covers? Like, yeah, you can sell them on iTunes, so that's cool. But yeah, it's a lot of accounting if you're gonna sell your own covers, because each of those pop songs, some of them have 5 to 10 writers on. So if we were to do that ourselves, we would be responsible every quarter to pay out. Like once you've done 100 covers, you have like 700 people you gotta pay out every quarter. It's just a pain in the ass. So Louder's a good company that does that for you, which is really cool. Yeah, we can take questions.
Yeah, so you guys were really successful on Indiegogo. Why do you think you were successful, like, and how should other bands like replicate that?
I think number one is not asking for like a ridiculous amount of money. So like we asked for, I think, 15,000. That was to like record an EP, film videos, use a lot of that money for marketing.
Which is really nothing. That's not that much to do that with.
Like
But we looked at it and we were like, we could do it for 15,000, so we'll just ask for that. That would be a huge help, and it would take care of it for us.
So I think that. I think obviously the perks that you are giving away with your Indiegogo is very important. I think it's very important to stay in contact with the people who are helping like fund your record.
Yeah, you want to give people like updates, let them know how it's going.
Yeah, like even if it's a record that doesn't come out for, you just don't want to wait too long too. Like I remember bands back in the day, like 8 years ago, they would do this, and the record didn't come out for like 2 years. So all these people are like, fuck, like, did I just waste $50 giving it to this kid?
You want a quick turnaround.
You want a quick turnaround. So like while we were doing the Indiegogo, we had already started recording pretty much.
I think we posted a demo of a song to get people stoked for it.
But that wasn't
So,
like we didn't have mics to like do real drums really. So like that's what we were using the money to like buy microphones so we could
But
start
that
recording.
shows people like, oh shit, okay, they do have some new songs coming out. This should
They're
be
not lying
soon.
to me and stealing my money
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much. I think the Indiegogo video itself is also obviously extremely important. It's about wording. We worked with somebody at Indiegogo to create the video.
Yeah, sometimes they give you like a representative, and they'll call you, and it was weird. We happened to be friends with this guy. Like we knew him from before. We're like, oh, what's up? You work at Indiegogo? I didn't know that. But I think they'll give you, and they have tips on their website. They send you a whole manual on how to correctly word.
I mean, it's obviously like you don't want to be like, all right, so like give us money to do this. It's like help fund, and like obviously it's like normally you would say something like that, but some people wouldn't get that, and they're like, all right, we need $30,000 to do this.
There's words that seem a lot more greedy than others, right?
Yeah.
And so they kind of show you how to stay away from those because you're not doing it to say, oh, give me money, I need money. But you kind of really need to explain what you're using it for. A lot of bands post a budget. Like they'll say, this is what we plan to use all this for, and that's more encouraging for someone to fund you because they can see that you're not just gonna take their money and
waste it,
half-ass it, right? Yeah, so that is really important. But they do send you a really in-depth manual on how to do it, which is cool.
So Indiegogo is, you guys would prefer Indiegogo over like a Patreon? Or
Yeah, for
Patreon
sure.
is sick.
I've
You
heard
heard
of
of
that. Is that
Patreon?
more for like like small businesses and stuff like that, or what is
They
it?
pay you per
Products?
video.
Oh.
Or do they do per month?
It's both.
You could do either.
Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
so a lot of YouTubers are doing Patreon because people commit to a certain amount per month. It's almost like a subscription thing. So a lot of people get up to like 20, 30 grand a month from doing a Patreon. I think a lot of like gamers are doing it and stuff like that. A lot of like people that interview people are doing it. It's really sick.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, so people just back your channel and
That's awesome.
you say, hey, I want to create this many videos a month. So we're like, cool, that costs a lot of money.
Okay,
And
so
I'll
maybe
fund
you
it.
start with something like that because that seems less, not time consuming. But I mean, Indiegogo is the thing where once you start in Indiegogo,
You gotta watch out too, because so say we made $45,000 on it, but then you realize, shit, I gotta spend $16,000 on merch that I promised everyone, right? So you didn't actually make $45,000. You just
your
made,
whole budget and cost of goods goes up a
So
huge amount.
You have to watch out for that as well. And then some things, oh, I promised this, and then you didn't realize what actually goes into that, and you're like, oh man, I gotta do that. I promised
That's the phone call.
That's gonna take me like
bought this. Well, 3,000 people bought it, so now I'm on the phone for.
So that
but
was-
it's worth it, obviously. I mean, that's sick. That's crazy. So you definitely have to be, before launching it, make sure everything that you are doing is doable. And I think with Indiegogo, you can set limits. I mean, 500 max for certain perks and stuff like that.
But Indiegogo's good for if you have one project you want to do and you need this much money to create it. Patreon is good more for like a career to like create content for a certain amount of time, right? As long as you're creating content that people like, they'll keep paying you every month. So that does work. I mean, I've thought about trying something like that. It is pretty cool. And like literally you just put it out there and say, hey, RLSI fans, we'll be able to create this much more content if we have this much per month or something. But we kind of truckle on as it is, so we don't like need to do that, but it's a great concept. I think it's awesome.